Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. Well, getting the location and everything ready to roll for Coffee with Kory this week has been a little bit of a challenge. I've tried a few different places, a few different days actually even, and at the end of it all, here we are on our vessel back behind our house in the canal. I thought being my attempts at the Gulf didn't quite go the way I wanted them to, I'd give this one a go and give you a little glimpse of what it looks like down our canal, down to the boat lift to get out of the fresh water and into the saltwater canal at the end. So I'm not going to go to the deep end of the pool and explain everything as far as why we're recording here, but let's just say Jossie had me set up perfectly with a surprise in the form of a Bluetooth microphone, and I forgot a piece of it this morning when I was going down to do more recording, and so therefore I didn't get to record at the Gulf, but I did walk a stretch of longboat that I had never been on before. And of course it's that whole things don't go the way you want them to, and then you try and make the best of it. And of course soaked up a lot of great scenery, came across a dolphin that was swimming out not too far from shore, and then a little while later a couple manatee, and then got some good photos of the sunrise again this morning that I wouldn't have gotten an opportunity to do if things would have worked out to record. So you're faced with situations that don't go the way you want them to. You try to make the best of it, right? I do want to touch on a few things. We had an opportunity this week for Jossie to finally find some shark teeth, thanks to Paul and Jody and Megan. They got us to a good spot down at Venice Beach, and then showed us what we were looking for, which seems to be half the battle with this whole deal. But once you kind of hit your groove with it and know what you're looking for, it makes things a lot easier. And we had a fabulous day that day. So could tell you a ton more stories about Florida, but I do want to get to a few other things. I want to touch on the work aspect this week, especially if you're watching in the home state back in South Dakota. You're going to start seeing billboards around the state, and social media posts, and likely a TV commercial coming not too far out, but highlighting one of our other businesses, the Experience Furniture. We started that a handful of years ago and have sold a lot of furniture to a lot of our clients, and now we're going to take another step with that and offer free furniture, some free furniture to our clients. And so we're really excited about that. We think that'll get more exposure for that program and that service that we can provide to clients, and then hopefully even more real estate clients come our way, because if you're going to buy a house anyway, might as well use one of our knowledgeable and experienced agents and get a little perk out of it in the process. So we're excited about that, and so I wanted to make sure that I let everybody here know first before you start seeing the advertising. And if you have any questions, obviously feel free to visit our website, give us a call, or send an email, and we'll let you know how that program is going to work. I want to leave you with a shout out to my neighbor, Linda. Linda and her husband Ron live right beside the first house that we lived in the neighborhood, that's now owned by Paul and his family. Paul sends me a picture the other morning of Linda with a pile of girls from the neighborhood. Little girls they just gravitate to Linda. She is so good with them, and it was really a trip back in time for me, and I said that to her when I shared the picture with Linda. But the Paul's caption when he sent it to me was, "Here's a wonderful picture of Linda having a great day," and you can see the joy on her face, and all the little girls, and they're outside playing. And when Cassidy was growing up, there were also a handful of little girls in the neighborhood, and they would go over and play at Linda's for hours, tea parties and outside and just everything. she's a special lady, and I wanted to make sure that I gave her a shout out because she has meant a lot to our family, and it's pretty cool to see how she's impacting a whole nother generation of kids and families in our little neighborhood there in Sioux Falls. So thank you so much, Linda, for all you've done for our neighborhood. And that I wanted to leave you all with that little feel-good story, and yeah, I guess that wraps up another trip to Florida. Jossie and I are heading home today, but we'll be back again soon, and when we do, we'll have coffee again. So thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. Coffee with Kory.